really unique property. We're 180 acres, is a preserve, and what's really cool is that we are this eco island here in the middle of Las Vegas. So it's really not a big surprise that we have these animals here on our property. We see them when we're out doing our regular monitoring. Guests, if they're out hiking the trails, definitely have many opportunities to catch a glimpse of wild fox here on site as well.
Because they're everywhere and nowhere all at once, with a variety of places they can choose to travel between and disappear into.
Here at Springs Reserve, there's definitely a lot of areas here in the habitat that would be great for these animals to live in. They might choose, hollowed out tree, to den in. Maybe they come across a burrow of another animal that they modify to meet their needs. We certainly have a lot of dense vegetation as well, mesquite boss, that sort of thing, that are definitely ideal areas.
Since they can also take advantage of another remarkable skill, if you want to see them, you may have to look up as well as down and all around.
This is one of the only canids here in North America with the ability to climb. So we're actually able to see them, climb walls and trees, that sort of thing, which really just helps them in their ways of adapting to the environment here in the Southwest.
Even when they're not hiding in plain sight, you can count on seeing some tracks, and especially scat, because they range so widely and eat almost anything they can.
These animals have omnivorous diet, so they're going to eat different types of animals, whether they're cottontail rabbits, ground squirrels, that sort of thing, but also plants and fruit. And what we can see too is the availability of food items throughout the year, just by looking at scat that we find on the trails. So, we might find, fur that might be in some of the scat, which means that they're finding some healthy small mammal populations that they're utilizing. And other times of the year, they just might be eating more seed pods, like from our mesquite trees, that sort of thing, and that'll be evident in their scat as well. So I always joke with guests that sometimes if they see the little granola bars on the trails, that's kind of a good indication of our fox presence here at Springs Reserve.
But they're certainly not shy about making nocturnal trips to the man-made attractions.
These animals also definitely take advantage of our gardens area as well, and the water resources that we have available. So all these things combined really help to make a really good environment for these animals here.
So good, in fact, that they may be producing offspring, according to staff reports of spotting a number of fox pups.
They've seen them, leaving potential den sites with the mom. So perhaps, they're at that point where, they're starting to hunt and learning how to get their own food, and obviously being weaned off the mother's milk.
It's a promising sign of a thriving fox population and a tempting opportunity to observe a species that's found a balance between desert living and city life.
I think with the gray fox, it's such an interesting animal, to watch, whether we're caring for the specimens that we have in our collection or just observing the animals here that are wild out on site. And they are so very interesting. They seem to be that good representative of an animal that's able to adapt and survive here in the Mojave Desert.